Hello everybody, it's Alex again. So I've got another box of treasure. All online this time. I bought a little lot with items for me and a few items for my dear friend Ben. I'm gonna move the box to the side now. I'm gonna pick them out one by one and show them you. You can already see a good portion of the first wrench, which is magical in my opinion. Anyway, let's get to it. So first one is this 10-inch German wrench. I know there's one that has it of the style, but there seems to be no name. I bought this for Ben. Ben enjoyed this wrench. I don't think he's got this size. As you can see, it's quite oily. So I'm gonna give it a good degrease and a wire wheel, and I'll just show it you afterwards. Right, ladies, here he is. Almost all rust free. You know, we can't get in there completely with the Dremel. Here you can see Ben, I've really made an effort, and I couldn't really get in here with the Dremel as well. I might try with something else later on, but anyway, it's clean, unlike my hands, and you know, we can wax this and put it in Ben's drawer. Another one of Ben's buys, this Facom French wrench again. Quite a nice wrench, you know, very little rust as well on this one actually. So I'll quickly take off the rust that's on there and we can put it with Ben's other items. Right, vacuum wrench all cleaned, wire wheel over the outside, and you know, I went into the little holes with the Dremel, you know, getting them all clean, nice and clean, wheels nice and clean, getting all the grudge and dirt out of there, even in there, and I went in there. So you know, Ben, I hope you're as appreciative of me cleaning this as my lungs are of being completely pitch black by now, without being a smoker. Right, so those are Ben's wrenches from the lot. Now this wrench must be my favorite from the lot. Doesn't look like much, isn't much really, but this is an offset Van Dyles, and usually they're like this. This is the like common one, you know, the straight one, which is probably the same size, just straight, right? But you rarely see these, very rarely see these. I found a few, I think only 2 or 3 sizes, and all of them but one went to Ben because, I'm sorry, went to Ben because this is a double, or Ben had this one. So this is the only offset one I have, and this is the second offset one I've found for myself. Ben's got this size. Now this thing's been on a wall, it's been broken off the wall, it's been pulled off literally, and it's been painted over rust. It's actually, I don't think it's seized, but it's just the paint is holding it together. So yeah, I'm gonna boil this to see if the paint will come off and try and get it loose and clean, and it's been used as a hammer. Yeah, we'll play with this a little, and I'll get back to you with a bit more of a clean wrench, I hope. Right, I finally got it apart. Like I said, I boiled it to get the paint to come loose. Most of the paint did come off boiling quite easily actually, and it got it unstuck, but it was quite a chore actually getting it apart because this shaft was so locked into here. You know, I could just give it a little bit of a turn, and I had to knock it up, and then I could give it a little bit of a turn and knock it, and you know, took forever, but it's apart and it's mostly cleaned by now. I forgot this thing. I seen, you know, I forgot this little, it won't, all right, I forgot that, which I will address. You can see, like, you can see that the you can see why he's painted it. You know, it's in a horrible condition, absolutely horrible. And he's been, I think somebody had the grinder or the file on here. So possibly possibly I would consider a full restoration on this one, because it's so bad. But then again, if you do, you're not going to be able to restore that, but you can't really touch that because it will be too wobbly. The nut wheel, like, this is a good section of the nut wheel, but there's sections like this as well. But you could rub one of the like common number 2 that's in good nick, so you could, that would be a solution. Something to think about. What I will do now, I can't stand this where it's been used as a hammer, so we'll with another future project, or my future project anvil, try and massage it back in a little bit and try to blend all the metal in with the red. So I'll just get to that quickly now. So all functioning, put back together. You see I've hammered this down on the anvil, and still see a little lip over there, and then I've filed and sanded the remainder that I didn't get hammered in, and I try to blend it in as good as I could. In real life, you don't really see it. It shows up a bit more on camera, but the thing is, it's fully free functioning. Branch again, clean, but I'm not happy with the condition at all. Very rare specimen, but condition wise, not what we want at all. So I'll think about this a bit more. Second one coming up, one of my favorites, happened to be in the lot. You can see it's been bent, and I think the top part got beaten down at some point and it's stuck, completely seized. So what I'll do, I'll try and clean it up so you can see the markings a bit better, and then I'll put it in the vise and give it a few smacks on that head to see if we can get it to align a little bit better again. So I'll do that now. Alright guys, there he is, all cleaned up. I told you I was gonna hang it in the vise and bang on there, which didn't work, obviously, because if you stop and think for a minute, it widened because of force coming that way. So I put it on the anvil and I gave it a good few bangs on there, and after a while of testing, I've got it pretty straight. It's not 100%, but it's a lot better, and all the flaring's been peened back down, as you can tell. It's been extensively wire wheeled and cleaned. These things, they're not too easy to be cleaned actually, because you need to get in here and in there and in there, and you might even see a little spot of rust there actually. So not all of these to be cleaned, but it's quite clean now. You can see the remnants of the markings, which I think is an English marking, not the American brand that I collect. But it's a nice size, it's in a nice condition. It looks nice in the drawer like that. So I'll oil the thread and I'll wax it up before I put it away. Now comes the pièce de résistance from this box. It's this Van Dijls Holland number 2, and this is in immaculate condition, absolutely immaculate. I know it looks rough, but that's a bit of tarnish. You can see all the grind marks, and you can see the name on there. So crisp, like the jaws are absolutely crisp. I've seen quite a few because I've bought a lot for Ben. And they're always like this. Like, this is how you find them. Which isn't surprising because, this wrench is over 100 years old. What do you expect? It's never been used. There's no perfect jaws. And you can see this is a Van Dijls Holland, which I think were made in Germany. And this is a Van Dijls Holland as well. You get there's a few different types. Same style, but slightly, and this one's got a different font than the normal one, and the tail's a bit different than the normal one is. So I'll clean this one, and I'll show you what it looks like all cleaned up. Here's all cleaned up. You can see how nice the face came out. There's some scarring left, which is not horrible. It's all waxed, clean, smooth. You can see the writing now properly. So I wire wheeled this section, and this was oil and wire wool by hand. Yeah, I think it looks really nice, and this is probably the best wrench I found in 2025. Definitely the best wrench I found in 2025. So very happy to have this one. This one is waxed up as well. Ben, I've left yours unwaxed because in my mind they would really benefit with that nice spray you use on them. So I think you can just give them a slight degrease and then spray it with that spray would really protect them well. This one isn't waxed because I'm just not happy with the condition, and I'll probably do a full restoration on this one somewhere in the future, just not in this video. Right, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.